Okay, today's trip, we're going to run up to Centennial. Video starts in Centennial. Oh, I live in Laramie, so that's what this is all about. And then we'll follow the highway, run down to a couple lakes, and come on out on Ehlin Road. So let's take a little closer look here. And I need to find the right map. This one's usually pretty good. Zoom in a little bit. Okay, here's the region of the video. Little town of Centennial's right here. You should be able to get gas and something to eat there if you want. Run up Highway 130. This is all pavement. It's a nice drive up through here. And you get right up near the Libby Flats observation point. There's a trail that opens in midsummer, four-wheel drive trail, and that takes you south across Libby Flats, not quite 11,000 feet. If you go right, you can run down here to a couple of pretty nice lakes. This one right here is Bear Lake. It has golden trout in it. And then while you're in the excuse me, while you're in the neighborhood, you can come on down here to Silver Run Lake. I have to apologize, got a little bit of a cold today. Good day to play on the computer. Then we're going to come back out and run back over here and come on across Libby Flats. Rough spot right here, and come on out Ehlin Road, and finally back at Centennial. Let's take a little closer look at our trip. So see some details here. Here's where we turn off the highway. The observation shed's right over here. There's Old Prospect here. This road probably should be driven in a four-wheel drive. And I actually got stuck further down. It was rainy and muddy. But it's not too bad a trail. As you can see from the topo, it's pretty flat. There's a few muddy spots down here by the water. And then we have a real pretty place here by the lake, Bear Lake. It's a nice place to camp. Also, you come back up here, take this road down to Silver Run Lake, and that's a pretty place. I like Bear Lake better, but they're both nice spots and reasonably secluded, although I actually found somebody camping down here. It was a weekend, but what's this world coming to? Anyway, so then we're going to come back and drive down here across Libby Flats. The road is either changed or the map's not that good. These things happen. Now, right about in here, there's kind of a little boulder field, and it was raining, and I got in the middle of it and had to turn on the lockers, but was able to crawl out. In here in the woods, it's not too bad. It probably would be pretty easy if it was dry. It was kind of wet the day I went across here. A lot of beetle kill. Have a saw with you. Because of that, depending on how well people have trimmed the trees back, it may be a little tight in spots where people have cut through the deadfall, particularly the ATV folks. They sometimes don't realize it's just as easy to cut that log out a little, another 6 inches wider. Anyway, come down through here. Now this road here, and I looked at the video, and it's kind of hard to see, but this takes you along French Creek, and eventually you'll run down to French Creek Road. I ran that road several years ago on a motorcycle. Wasn't too bad then. That's the alternative that Mark Smith's book has for this trail. But since I live in Laramie, I thought maybe, I want to do something different. I thought maybe I'd come down here, and you come down through here. You come to this three-way. There's a little cabin here. There's really two options. You can go down through this road, and it'll take you to Ehlin Road eventually, right here. Or you can take the road that I did, which may not be the best choice. Hindsight's better than foresight. But I think it was in Forlog Park here where I sort of fell into a bog and had to winch myself out, and it was raining and I got wet, and but the winch worked, so it wasn't too bad. Anyway, you follow this road down through here. It's a little narrow in spots. Since it was wet, I had a little concern about slipping into a tree and suffering a little body damage, but that didn't happen. Usually slow is good, easy does it. And this hooks you up with Ehlin Road, 338. This one up here is 343. This alternative down here is, let's see, 336. So 343 or 336. Eventually you get on 338, Ehlin Road, or Ehlin Road, I'm not sure how you say that, is a pretty good road. It's 2 lanes wide, I'll give it that much. Almost 2 lanes wide, except in the most fun spot, which is where it crawls up from the highway, and that's right along here. As you can see from the contours, this is kind of a shelf road. It's if you know what you're doing, you can get 2 vehicles past each other. But if either person is a bit skittish, then it could be a problem. Not much traffic here, though. Really nice views of Sheep Mountain and all that from here. From here over to, it's taking a while for the server to pull up the maps, but here's Sheep Mountain, and you can see the town of Centennial from there. But that's about it for this trip. It was kind of wet that day, and we got through okay, me and the pups. But if you go by yourself, be sure you have a working winch. And you might think about taking the other road, 336 instead of 343, I think it was. Yeah, 343 has got, it was either here or here. There's a boggy spot. I might have got through if I hit it a little harder. Now, I don't know about this road. It may be just as bad. That shows a gate there, but I think it'll be open. Let's see, this could be an issue here, here, and here. So, I might try that next year. Okay, well, that's about it. I think we'll stop this and get on with the trip. Okay, it's pretty open here, right on the edge of timberline. Nice tundra. want to stay on the road. If we don't behave ourselves, they'll close all these roads. So that's your choice. This road's really not too bad. It's just about any four-wheel drive can make it. Even some of the stock SUVs. Some of the new ones are well, all that trim in the front can hang up on rocks, but it was trying hard to do some reining. It got a little more serious later on. Just about any easy road can get pretty nasty if it gets really wet. Although most of this is pretty solid rock bottom, except near the streams. Can get muddy there. We're driving away from the snowy range. Behind us is some really nice scenery, and I'm trying to take advantage of that here with the camera. See what I mean? Got the diamond on the left, and right into that escarpment is Old Main. And then we have the highest point, Medicine Bow Peak, 12,000 feet and some change. Little bump out front to Sugarloaf. That hole there is the Gap. There's some lakes in there and a nice hiking trail. And then Browns Peak. And that pretty much makes up the snowy range. There's my escape capsule, 2007 FJ. I got a little 2-inch lift on there, 32.7-inch tires. Other than that, it's pretty much stock. Here's a few hikers. They don't have far to go. I don't think they'll get too wet. This video is recorded at 4 times normal speed. Even with that, this whole trip runs about, this video runs about an hour and 10-15 minutes or so. So it's I suppose I was on the road 4 or 5 hours messing around. I go slow. It's easier on me, it's easier on the equipment. And I take a lot of pictures. Try to enjoy my time up here. Okay, 396 takes us down to Bear Lake on 396A, and then the right fork is Silver Run Lake. We'll go look at both of these lakes. They're a really charming place to go for the evening. If you live in Laramie, you can actually run up here after work and maybe catch a fish, cook a steak, let the dogs play in the water. It's a good life. I have, well, I won't say no complaints. A few. Winters are long. Oh gosh, there's getting to be a lot of traffic up here. Years ago, I actually drove a Toyota Celica down in here, camped out. It's pretty nice. But that car was never the same after that for some reason. Things kept going wrong. Oh, here's some more hikers. Hardy Bunch. This is not a good place to be in a lightning storm. Lightning has killed people on levee flats several occasions, so keep that in mind. This high altitude grass is pretty fragile, so really should stick to the trail. And besides that, if you don't, I think it's $1,000 fine if you get caught. Although I don't see forest rangers around very often, I think they all have desk jobs now. There's a lot of little lakes scattered about here. They don't all have fish in them. Quite a few do, but it gets pretty cold at this altitude in the winter, and shallow lakes freeze top to bottom. Not good for fish. The deeper lakes are a good place. Usually brook trout. Bear Lake has goldens in it, which are not native to here. They come from California, I think. I caught a couple one time. They're not very big. They don't have a very long season to feed, is the problem. If you want big fish, go to lower altitudes. But I have to say, those little ones for breakfast are a mighty fine treat in the cool mountain air. Yeah, hard to beat. Yeah, here comes a nice fella that been doing a little fishing with his son. Seems like there's a lot of people enjoy these woods with their families, and I think that's nice. It's good for the kids to appreciate what we have up here. Okay, there's a fork in the road. Pretty obvious which way to go. Left to Bear Lake, right to Silver Run. I think Bear Lake is prettier, although Silver Run is a beautiful place as well. The road is kind of a mess today. But most of it's pretty solid bottom through here, so looks worse than it is really. Good to let the dogs out occasionally. Some tasks are better done outside. They really like these trips, and I enjoy their company most of the time. Okay, here we are. Not so bad. Well worth the ride. Well, let's get out and take a few pictures. Let the dog swim around a little bit. I don't know how they stand that cold water, but they like to swim in it. Beautiful place. The water here is really clear. You can see those golden swimming in what looks like 12 feet of water, just as clear as a bell. It's hard to describe unless you've actually seen it yourself. Okay, now this is a dead end, so we'll turn around and take a peek at Silver Run Lake. So we'll be going back up to that fork in the road and going the other way, and then we'll drive all the way back out to 336 and head south, which would be a left turn, and see if we can't get back to Centennial going down that way. Now coming out, there'll be places where we're looking to the north, and that's a snowy range again. So the scenery's a little better coming back out if you like a view of the alpine peaks. Now in late summer this is all dry and it's a pretty easy drive. Well, time for another photo opportunity. Particularly since the rain seems to have taken a break for a moment. Nice place to be. Oh my goodness, there's somebody already here. As you can see, four-wheel drive pickup didn't have any trouble getting in here. Got themselves a nice little cozy camp. So I'm going to not stick around and disturb their peace and tranquility. Looks like there's a couple vehicles in here. Okay, so now we'll head on back. There's a few rocks here and there, but they're not very big. So at least in this stretch, a little bumpy, but if you have just reasonable clearance, you should be able to get in and out of here, and there's no really steep hills or anything to deal with. Just go slow. Early in the year, the biggest deal is maybe a lingering snowdrift or a little bit of mud. Well, pulled over a little bit, let somebody by. Okay, now we're going to run down 336 and eventually turn left on 343 and then 338 and down into Centennial. A lot of wide open spaces here. Looks like clouds are getting a little darker. Hopefully it won't snow. It can snow any time of the year up here, but it's kind of rare in the summer, but it does happen. Well, looks like we've got a family outing here. Just doing what I'm doing, wandering around enjoying the scenery. Couple guys on dirt bikes. Now, close to the edge of the trees, there's kind of a tricky spot over some rocks. Not really bad, but closest thing to rock crawling you'll find on this trail. Holy moly, it's a whole gaggle of ATVs. Looks like they're having some issues getting across that rocky spot. Days like today, I'm glad I'm in an enclosed vehicle. Yeah, I kind of got hung up for a second here. Hit the locker switch and crawled right out. The FJ's got a rear locker and then a brake-based anti-slip system called A-Track. Once in a while they work really nice. trees. Okay, there's the gate. A lot of deadfall, and depending on who cut the road open, which is not usually the Forest Service. Sometimes people cut it a little narrow, particularly the ATV riders. So, in case a tree falls down or otherwise it's too tight, good to carry a chainsaw, and as a backup, a handsaw, so you can get out if you have to. On a windy day especially, you have to worry about these beetle kill trees falling across the road, and if you're the first one down in the spring, you might have to do a lot of cutting. Okay, I think this is the spot where you can either go to the right, head towards French Creek Road, or to the left and head towards the comforts of Centennial, which for me is closer to home, so we'll go that way. Okay, here is where you have a choice to take 343 or 336, and I don't really know which one's the best, so I'll take 343, I guess. See how that turns out. Little cabin off there to the right. Needs a little work. So we're getting a little closer. Although it is raining quite a bit. Gets a little tight in here, and with the road wet like it is, you always got to be careful not to slip into a tree. If you drive around Laramie much, you'll notice there's quite a few pickups that have little tree dents in them. Probably from elk hunting trips in the snow on roads like this. Even the best driver can bump a tree occasionally when it's slippery. Oh, this don't look good. Well, I don't know which way to go. Let's try this. Stuck. I hate it when that happens. I hope the winch works today. As wet as it is, could be an issue. Yeah, at least there's plenty of trees around. I wonder if this little one will work. Try it and see. Hold? I don't know. Yeah, okay. I think we're all right. Well, that sure beats a $300 tow fee if I could even get somebody to come up here. Particularly if you come up here by yourself, make sure you have the right equipment. Winch, tools, shovel, tow straps, jumper cables, a few extra days of groceries, and or willingness to walkaways. On the weekends, there's usually enough people up here that probably get somebody to help you. During the week, you might sit there a while. It's good to have something to eat, at least. Sleeping bag. I keep all that stuff with me. Looks like a hard bottom. Yeah, no problem. was hoping to see some wildlife, some elk or moose or deer. Maybe get lucky and see a bear, but yeah, they're probably just staying out of the rain as best they can, I guess. Nice clear stream. Stop and take some pictures. Now this is the kind of place where it kind of makes me nervous. Get a little of a bit of a side hill going on when it's wet. Might have to go see the body shop guy. Not really dangerous as far as personal safety, but can put a nasty mark on your vehicle. Guess there's plenty of winch points around. Yeah, maybe it's just that little puddle there. Yeah. There's another one. I'm not sure, but this looks an awful lot like a clear cut that's grown back. And the road's just a little tight. Probably needs to be thinned. Oh, time to pull over, let this guy by. Somebody with their kid out having fun. Oh my goodness, Ehlin Road, almost a highway. Oh crap, forgot to take a picture of the road number. Oh, it's nice to, where is it? Oh, they're hiding in the trees. Okay, yeah, that's the right one, 343. Yeah, maybe sometime I'll go the other way. That might be fun. Okay, this is a pretty good road, but it's kind of interesting where you come up from the highway. It's a narrow shelf road, and downright treacherous when it's got snow on it. We'll see how it is today. I don't think this rain will make it too bad, but I don't know. We'll see. Mountain roads. A little bit of weather can change things a lot. Now along here somewhere is the road that takes you into Centennial Ridge Mining District, Hell's Canyon, Centennial Ridge, Queen Mine. We won't go up there today. I did go up there last summer. I might make a video of it, but the road to the Queen Mine has got so much beetle kill that he's only able to cut in about halfway. And I don't know if anybody else cut it on through, but that might be a good exercise this spring. Well, we're getting close to Centennial now. I'm thinking about the bear tree, maybe a sandwich. They make good pizzas there. Sometimes they have some really good bands. Guys from Blind Dog Smokin' play there frequently. It's well worth a stop if you're in the area. Well, we're about ready to break out onto that shelf road section. Really nice views of Sheep Mountain and Centennial Valley. Don't really want to drive off the edge though. Be the last wrong turn you make. Isn't that nice? It's a lot better when you're really there. Oh, that was a tight squeeze. Well, let's stop and take a picture. Now this picture is actually a panorama taken off of a Nikon Coolpix 510, and then in the video software you just do an animated pan, and it really comes out nice. I like doing those. Photography, fishing, wildlife, mushroom hunting, wildflowers, howling at the moon, letting the dogs run around. It's a good life being this close. for anything. Well, this is about the end of today's adventure. Be back on the pavement again. Go back and somehow deal with that mess down in town they call civilization. Hope you enjoyed the trip. And if you're in Laramie, give me a call, 399-8131. I'm usually more than happy to head out with somebody who wants to play in the woods. Well, see you next time. Adios.